class 11th. Now we are considering here in tuples. There are some methods, or we can say some functions we are using as it is. First one is length. Length is a function which returns the number of elements in the tuple. The syntax or examples we are showing here. Tuple 1 we are taking here, and these are the elements we are passing in the tuple 1. So length of tuple 1 we are considering here as a function. We are passing here as an argument the tuple here, tuple name. So it will produce you here 5 because the number of elements are 5 here. Now the next one is tuple. Tuple, if we are using here tuple function here, so it will create here empty tuple. Now how can we do it? Tuple 1 is equal to tuple function we are including here. So tuple 1 will consist here empty tuple, like in this way. Now the next function we are using here, count. Count will return the number of times a given element appears in the tuple here. Let's suppose we are doing here, let's see the example here. This is the example of tuple here. We are creating tuple 1 dot count we are using, and 10 we are passing here. So how many times 10 is appearing here? Is totally here 3 times, 1 2 and 3 times, so it will return you here 3. Now again we are checking for the 90. So 90 is not present here in this tuple, so it would return here 0 automatically. Now the next one is index function. Index function will return the first occurrence of the element you are passing as an argument of this function here. So tuple 1 we are creating here, tuple 1 dot index 30. So 30 element is existing here at the second position here, so it will return here second or 2, like in this way. If we are presenting here, or we are searching for the 90 here, so 90 is not presenting here, so it will produce you value error because it's not present in the tuple. Now the next one is sorted. Sorted function is used to simply rearrange our data in ascending or descending order. Like for example, we are taking here tuple 1, and these are the elements we are passing here. Now sorted tuple 1, so it would be printed in the first character according to A to Z, that is in ascending order. Now the next one is min. Min function will return the smallest element of the tuple here. And suppose we are taking this tuple, and min of tuple 1 we are passing here as an argument in this function here. So minimum element, that means the smallest element is 9 here, so it will return here 9. Same like as for max, it will produce you the largest element from the tuple here, and sum will return the automatically summation of the tuple elements. So if we are passing these elements here, so sum function will automatically do the summation of these elements here and pass the value here. Now the next one is tuple assignment. So what do you mean by tuple assignment here? We are generally using the assignment operator equal to, so we can assign here a single value and a single tuple in one line, or multiple values in a multiple tuples in one line also. How can we do it? Let's see. Assignment of the tuple is very useful here because we can minimize the line of code here. Let's see the example, because from example it would be more clear to you. The program is here. The first element 10 is assigned to num1, and the second element will be assigned to 20 to the num2. So we are taking here two variables such like as num1 and num2. So we are passing here 10 and 20. So 10 would be assigning, if we print here num1, so 10 would be assigned from here num1, and if we print here num2, so this 20 would be assigned from here 20 itself. Now the same like as, how can we do it? Record, we are taking here variable as a tuple here. Now we are passing here 3 elements here. Now these 3 elements, how can we assign in these 3 variables individually? How can we do it? We are taking here name, roll number and subject separated by comma here. There are 3 variables itself. Now we are passing here at the right hand side record, and record is just a tuple here which is consisting here 3 elements. So how can we map here? If we print here name, so Pooja will be printed here. If we print here roll number, so 40 would be printed. If we take here subject to print here, so CS will be printed here. Let's see its output here. So every individual element would be mapped with this variable over there. Okay, now let's see the next example here. If we are taking here 4 variables a, b, c, d and the values are 5, 6 and 8, only the 3. So here is a d element which is not containing any value here, so error will be generated here, value error, not enough values to unpack, because this mapping is 1 to 1. That means if we are taking here left hand side 4 elements, so it must be we are using here 4 values at the right hand side also to be mapped. So this concept is generally known as packing and unpacking also. The same concept is another name. If we have the question in exam, what do you mean by packing and unpacking? So this concept is generally known as packing and unpacking. So how can we map? This phenomena is known as packing. Now the next one is, we are taking one more example here. If we do like as num3 and num4, and these expressions we are giving here, so it will take expressions also like the list also. 10 plus 5, so 15 would be assigned to num3 and 20 plus 5 would be assigned to num4. After evaluation, the product would be, or the resultant would be stored in num3 and num4 respectively, and this is the output. If we like print here num3, answer would be 15, print num4, answer would be 25. Now the next topic we will continue in the next video.